Oops, I have a personality. I'm sorry.
Suck it, bitch! Suck
Exactly.
it! Everyone is going to think that I bring up Michael Jackson in every episode.
She's playing a guitar. There is no guitar in the whole song. I think this was spoken about, yeah. But you also don't realize what you are doing to this person at a fundamental level.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Wait One More Thing. I'm Neha Kapoor.
I'm Jyotsna Pambani.
Hi Jyotsna. Okay Jyotsna, I have a question for you. Very
Go for it.
important.
Get into it. Sorry. Just hyping you up. Go, Neha, go. Ask me. Yes, I love you.
Have you ever been bullied by somebody other than me?
I welcome your bullying, so that is okay most of the time. Yes, I have. And the funniest part is, in all of these circumstances, I'm sure you will relate. I didn't know I was being bullied, but in hindsight, it was. I've been quite lucky in that sense. I think the sense of self, the confidence that was instilled in me, thanks to my upbringing, thanks to my parents. So I know who I am. I have my self worth. My self worth has never, thankfully, dependent on external factors, especially like a bully. But yeah, there was this girl in school. She used to make fun of the way I talk. So,
Ouch.
and hey, I love the way I talk. I have a podcast now. Do you?
Suck it, bitch! Suck it!
Exactly, suck it. I was gonna do a very not gonna get there. Okay, anyway, the point being, yeah. So it didn't really affect me back then, but as I grew up, I was like, oh, was that bullying? Yes, it was. Yes, it was bullying, and I would say it did affect me for a short period of time. Uh, Sometimes when I would see myself talking in front of the camera, because this is not my first stint in talking in front of the camera. Back when I was blogging regularly, us time pe, even though video format was not as common as it is today, I did dive into it a little bit, and I have so many unuploaded videos. You won't believe, there was this whole Mumbai trip that I have once vlogged, that I'm, old school vlogging, like with my phone in front of the camera, just being like, hey guys, now I'm going to Andheri, like stuff like that. And I never uploaded all of that stuff. This is like 2017-18 ki vlogs aise mere paas pade hue hain. So somewhere I guess it did affect me, and I wouldn't say it was only because of that particular instant, but it was definitely a factor. There were things about the way I speak that even I didn't like. That stemmed from me only, not externally. So that plus a combination of my own insecurities kind of matched to me not uploading my stuff. Yeah. I want to hear your childhood ka first now, and then we'll come to college, because I think both of us were pretty much, similar situation college mein.
Yeah, so interesting that you spoke about how it affected you and how it did not really affect you, because it's different for everybody. Like you said, bullying happens in school and in college and even later on in life. Like maybe your spouse will do it, maybe his or her family will do it, maybe even your friends in adulthood will do it. People get bullied at work. So bullying is not really just a childhood phenomena, which a lot of people think it is.
Right.
Even we have a lot of anti-bullying campaigns now in schools and colleges, but I think it has to be throughout.
Yeah.
Speaking of my school, so I've spoken about this before, that I was changing schools every 3-4 years, so I was always the new kid. So I don't think I was becoming victim to bullying, because the reason was that since I was changing schools so frequently, I think I developed a sense of confidence, and I also there was a distance between me and the other kids, at least in the beginning, before I was able to make friends. So I don't think I was getting bullied in school. Towards the end of school, definitely, it was a little different for me. A lot of people get bullied by strangers. I was bullied by friends, which was very difficult. So like you said, that if you have a sense of confidence, if your environment at home is great, you don't really get affected by bullying that much, because your core is there. You
Right.
have a moral core, you have a strong sense of self, which I had. But when people you've already been vulnerable to, when they do it, you don't know how to lash out, you don't know how to protect yourself, because you're already vulnerable, you're already, there is a raw wound that is
Right.
already there, and they keep poking it, and by now they know about your insecurities, right? Because they're friends, so you've spoken about it, and when they use it against you, that's really hurtful.
Yeah.
So I will not talk about which class this happened in, because otherwise it might just reveal who did it.
Do it. This bitch deserves it.
No, she got her karma, I'll tell you. So people who were in school with me already know this, but if you're watching this, that's your problem. That's a personal problem. Yeah, so I was really close to somebody, and suddenly I found out that she's telling other friends to not talk to me. And she was saying things like, अगर तुम नेहा से बात करोगे मैं तुमसे बात नहीं करूंगी.
So this is very high school, but I'm guessing this was in high school.
It was.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I found out from other people. So it was a very different form of bullying.
Yeah.
Like I was getting isolated by this person. So luckily most people did not listen to her because she didn't have logic backing it. If I had done something to her, then she would have a reason ki, okay, Neha has done this to me. She has been hurtful to me, and this is the reason why you shouldn't associate with her. Okay, then maybe they would have listened, but there was no reason. So they came and told me.
Yeah.
And I was really hurt. I mean, it still clearly pinches me. That's why I'm talking about it. And then when I went to engineering college and I had finished my first year, who do I see when I'm in my second year? This person in first year as my junior.
Woohoo! Hashtag karma.
Yeah, so now she's my junior in the same college, and I have honestly an authority to bully her now because ragging was very common. It still happens.
It still is. It's very, very real phenomenon.
It does happen, especially in engineering colleges.
And medical colleges.
Oh
It's
my
worse
God,
in
a
medical
lot.
colleges,
Yeah.
actually.
And it's worse for people who live in the hostel. So I was not living in the hostel because I went to engineering college in the same city as my home. So let me begin in my first year actually, because that's when a lot of bullying happens to you. When you are in the first year, seniors will always, spot the vulnerable ones. And they will also spot the confident ones because then they get boycotted. I was boycotted within 1 month of my first year by my...
But clearly intimidated by you and, the confidence that is very visible in your face, actually.
Oopsie.
Yeah. Oops, I have a personality. I'm sorry.
So we were speaking about this the other day. So I think the session began in May, June, July, somewhere in that area. And 15th August, I just went up on stage. So I sang Ye Mera India, I Love My India. And my seniors got so pissed. They were like, who does she think she is? How can she just go there without our permission and sing in front of people? Ye, wo. So I got boycotted by IT seniors. I was in IT. But I became friends with textile seniors.
That is a sentence. That's a fun statement.
Right? And the kind of ragging they did in bus was they would ask me to sing.
He's like, thank you. Mic hai?
I was like, good. Riyaz ho raha hai.
Yeah.
So I remember...
Peeche se thoda tit karna.
Yeah. I was made to sing this song every day. Kasam ki kasam hai kasam se.
That's a very pretty song to do riyaz to. Kitna pyara gana hai.
I don't know why every single day they would want me to sing this song.
Wait, did you also do the Kareena Kapoor, she's playing a guitar, there is no guitar in the whole song. I think this was spoken about, on Coffee with Karan, exactly. The kasam, ki kasam, the typical Kareena Kapoor expressions, but yeah, I'm sure you were able to deliver that too, if that was a requirement.
I mean, Kapoor genetics, I guess.
Right? Oh, I didn't make the connection.
Bullying by friends, I think, hurts a lot more, and it does affect you no matter how confident you are.
And unfortunately, for a lot of people, they are bullied by their own families. Like, I hear this so often, a mother commenting on her daughter's appearances constantly from तेरा रंग कैसा है, तेरे बाल कैसे हैं, तेरे कैसा मुंह कैसा है, चलो हल्दी दूध का लेप लगाओ हर Sunday and stuff like that, which is it does something to you. Again, we've been fortunate enough to never experience that from our parents, but I know it does happen, and I've seen how it can affect people.
I mean, everyone is going to think that I bring up Michael Jackson in every episode. But
it's just the second one. It's fine. Do it.
I mean, he has spoken very openly about how his dad bullied him. Verbally, physically. Verbally, it hurt him worse because he has spoken in multiple interviews, even in his book, that my dad used to call me ugly. He used to call me fat nose. He used to bully me for my acne.
Painful.
What was that even doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
Giving him scars, basically. Emotional and physical. So, yeah, he was getting bullied by his own father for his looks, for his personality. And we will come to the psychology of bullies. But isn't this a true manifestation of somebody who's so jealous of even their own child,
Yeah.
their talents, that they choose to bully them?
Which is the thing. I feel in general, our culture does tend to put your parents, especially, on a pedestal. Which, see, let's be real. At the end of the day, they are also human beings. They're people, and in most of the cases, they're just trying to do their best. But I have definitely seen cases of parents going out of their way, and instead of dealing with their own emotions and insecurities, putting all of that pressure, that burden of this perfectionism on their child. And then this is how it comes out, right? In all these different ways. So a mother saying this to her daughter, bullying her daughter essentially for the way she's looking, is just a way to deal with her own insecurities, right? कि मैं ऐसी हूँ, वैसी हूँ. But you also don't realize what you are doing to this person at a fundamental level. And you can absolutely ask your kids to maybe groom themselves in a different way, but phrase it maybe differently, or say it in a loving manner where, oh, I care for you.
Look, you can point out somebody's faults if they can change those faults in the next 10-15 seconds, right? If, okay, your booger is showing, okay, you have spinach in your teeth, okay, this top is not looking nice on you, maybe you should change it and wear that one that looks better on you, stuff like that. But things that are ingrained in their genetics, which were given by you, if you're the parent who's saying all this, like imagine saying to somebody that your rung is like this, you are darker than you should be, your nose is not right, your eyes are not right. Those are things given by you, your genetics, your ancestors. This person cannot change it. And that really hurts because these are things that nobody can change unless you go for plastic surgery. I've heard of parents taking their kids for plastic surgery themselves, telling them ki tera ye theek karwayenge, tera wo theek karwayenge, and all of that. Imagine what that does to a person.
Yeah.
That inherently there is a fault that you have. And you said that most people are trying to be good parents. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I talk to my dad regularly about this because he's a psychologist. My mom is also a psychologist. Of course, he doesn't take the names of the patients, but since I'm also planning to go in the same field, he tells me about what are the things that he sees, what happens to people. So I don't think a lot of people are trying to be parents. They became parents because society expected them to have a child. And now they are so frustrated because even a person who inherently wanted to be child-free now has a child. And they never worked on themselves. They are so insecure as people that now the only validation that they get is from bullying their own child. Should we come to the traits of the bullies that we have read about and we have spoken to dad about?
Yes, that would be fun. So first and foremost, and this comes as not a surprise to anybody listening, is low on empathy.
I don't think they ever learned empathy because they didn't have good examples at home. Right?
Yeah, a lot of it comes back to, and like any psychologist will tell you, all of our issues, most of them stem from our childhood. Anyway, a lot of the solutions of this comes back to home. But yeah, people who have been bullied at home, people who are neglected at home.
Neglected is a big one.
Yeah.
Neglected is a big one.
Right.
It's not necessary that they are being criticized at home or being beaten at home. Sometimes there's nobody at home who's even taking care of their needs, who's listening to them. Because as a teenager, there's a lot to say. And if parents are just around physically and not emotionally, that is neglect.
100%.
And neglect is also a form of abuse.
When you think back to your teenage, remember how big all your emotions were. And how when everything, like the smallest of things, could break you and make you feel like, oh, this is the end, this is where my life ends, मेरे साथ ये हो गया, and उसने ऐसा बोल दिया या किसी को मेरे बारे में कुछ पता चल गया. All of these emotions are very big, they're very real. When these kids don't have an outlet at home, then this is your next best step, right? You go and you want that validation, want that attention that you don't get at home, and you bully the people around you.
I think the second trait that Papa also mentioned, which is really interesting, taking pleasure in the misery of other people.
Yep.
Schadenfreude is the word, I guess, and sadism could also be a word, that they do things that will make other people miserable and that gives them pleasure or gives them a dopamine rush. And even witnessing other people being, miserable, that is something that brings validation to their life. And we have noticed this a lot in school and college, and even later, even at work. I think a lot of these people are miserable at work, at home, and they are looking for some sense of happiness. Thankfully, we could not relate to this, but it's a real thing.
It is very much a real thing. And another thing, another aspect that I've observed, it's a commonality between all of these people is that um, a lot of the times, I'm not saying ये लोग कोई खुद दूध की धुले नहीं है, but a lot of them will say the thing, whatever that is meant to hurt you, and they will look around because the validation that they did not get at home, it's the validation that they're now getting from the people around because मैं बड़ा, like it's the whole thing of like my dick is bigger than yours kind of a thing, right? कि मेरे आसपास it's a boys group or whatever, let's say even women do it, by the way. I've been bullied by by women, where you are in this group of people, आपको खुद को ऊंचा दिखाना है, आपको सामने वाले को नीचा दिखाना है, and the quickest, the best way to do it, and maybe include a little bit of humor in there, inject a little bit just so that later you can be like मैं तो मजाक कर रही थी, मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था.
The fact that you said that a lot of these people will insert a little bit of humor into it, that's how they gaslight you, right? It was just a joke. I mean, come on, don't take it so seriously. Don't be such a spoiled sport. Which is why a lot of these bullies tend to be popular because they do develop a sense of humor, I guess, to, cope with their own insecurities. But that sense of humor is always punching down, right?
Yeah.
They will pick the most vulnerable people out of the group and they will try to make a joke out of them. And this happens a lot at work as well, when men will say something really weird to you and their defense will be, it was just a joke, you can't take a joke, ab to main ye bhi nahi bol sakta. Like, I was working with somebody and it wasn't very long ago, so imagine all of us were above 30 in the
Yeah.
whole team because it was a team of senior people. He would say things at work, and since the team was mostly women, we didn't laugh. Thankfully, most of us didn't laugh. And he used to say things like, oh, I need to hire more men because my jokes are not really taken well here. I mean, your jokes are misogynistic.
Yeah.
Your jokes are hurtful. They're not even jokes. I think you're just sexist.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like that for a lot of these so-called comedians, this is not even a hot take. So many women especially will agree with this. If your brand of humor comes from the fact that you are putting other people down, you're not funny.
Yeah, a lot of comedians have careers around punching down and not punching up because punching up takes balls.
It's actual talent, isn't it? It's a skill that you actually need to develop, put some effort in. But hey, it's easier to make fun of your girlfriend or write WhatsApp jokes about your wife and then say, ha ha ha, मैं कितना funny हूँ.
And the worst thing is crowd work where they just bully their audience. Why does it have to be just criticizing your audience member and everybody's laughing at their expense?
I've been to countless comedy shows at this point, okay? And one of the shows was Biswa Kalyan Rath. The three of us entered a little late, okay? We were like 5-ish minutes late. And we knew this would happen. Like, as we were entering, I was telling my brother, देखना अपन late आया ना, सब अपने को देखेंगे, and I'm sure he'll make a comment on it. Like, I had a feeling that it's gonna happen. And as soon as we entered, it happened. He was like, अरे 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 आइए आइए, and all of that. He asked me what I did. I said I was a chef. I mentioned the restaurant I worked in, and he said you could tell me the whatever is your bestseller. That dish kind of marries a traditional ingredient with a kind of a modern ingredient, which was kind of the theme of the place where I was working at. So he made the joke that this dish, when you explained it to me, it sounds like कि रात को मैं 3 बजे जब जाता हूँ एंड फ्रिज खोलता हूँ 3-4 चीज़ें मिलती है उसको मिक्स करता हूँ, आई एम लाइक oh this is a dish, let me charge people 600 rupees to eat it. And I don't know, it's because I like Biswa's humor or because it's the way he said it. I was actually okay with it. I thought it was funny the way he said it. I don't think he was making fun of my food.
See, like you said already, you have a strong sense of core.
Yeah, maybe that's
Your
a factor.
your self-esteem is strong and that's why you didn't feel bad. But at the end of the day, this is bullying. Like, you're making
I
fun
guess.
of somebody's profession, of what they do in front of other people so that they laugh. Take Kapil Sharma, for example. His entire show is based on interviewing people for their upcoming projects and everything, but also bullying his audience, make fun of their weight, their color, how they are dressed, and all of
Their
that.
lips. Didn't he make fun of his wife's lips? And
But
that was the running joke for the
that is
longest
still
time.
scripted, right? She's part of his team. She's an
Right.
actor, right? Even though that's bad, but at least she is aware of what will be spoken.
Right.
The audience member has no idea what he's going to make fun of. So they are taken aback, and that's the joke. When I went there, a lot of people said to me on Twitter that, oh my god, you're one of the few people he didn't make fun of. Why? Because he could see me confident. So he couldn't catch a vulnerability, even though I am a vulnerable person. It's not like I'm perfect. But he couldn't catch it because I don't display it publicly.
Which is why I think, the anti-bullying campaigns in colleges, they don't work. When a senior, a jerk, tried to bully me, I have never taken it, especially in college. So I had become this, person is like, come, try to bully me, then I will show you. Then these people backed off. This whole group of guys, they backed off from me and all
Yeah.
my friends. But do you think they stopped the bullying? 100% not. And this also, by the way, the fact that I was feeling bullied, the fact that they were taking advantage of my friends and this and that, and there were certain comments, I had to constantly say and prove that this has happened.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the easiest thing कि मैंने जाके बोला उससे मुझे bully करा, and immediately they were like, yes, how can we help you? So yeah, that's why all of these campaigns, they don't work, because this person will now go कि चलो इससे तो पंगा नहीं ले सकता, कौन मुंह नहीं खोलेगी,
Yeah. And it's
कौन
so
अपना मुंह नहीं
sad.
खोलेगा?
It's so sad that the onus to prove it is on you, on the
Yeah.
victim.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't you just believe them?
Yeah.
Okay, you're getting bullied. Let me come and help you. As a principal, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a parent. A lot of parents don't believe their kids. Another trait that we read was they tend to be extroverts, right? So on the surface, there's nothing wrong with them, right? So people don't really get them help. But ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि people who need therapy don't go for therapy,
Yeah.
and their victims then have to go for
Go for
therapy.
therapy. Yeah. It ties into the narcissism, right? Which is another trait your dad mentioned.
Yeah.
That bullies tend to be narcissist, and to walk through that door of a, psychologist office, it in itself shows that, okay, I have accepted there is an issue that I need to address, but these people are not even getting there.
And it's a myth that narcissists actually like themselves. No, they don't. At the core of it, they don't really like themselves. And that's why they are the first people to point out the flaws of other people. So there are some people in life who will bring themselves up by working on themselves, by doing things for themselves, by reading, by journaling. And there are other people who will try to not reach your level but pull you down. And we see it everywhere. The first sign of disrespect, leave. It's not going to get better.
Yeah.
And if it's happening in the beginning, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, shouldn't everyone be at their best behavior?
Yeah. And if that is their best, well, woohoo, it's about to get bester.
I mean, you don't have to be nice to each other all the time. You can have arguments, you can challenge them. But you can't get personal. You can't disrespect. Like, biggest red flag.
And that is the thing, which is what has happened when I've tried to confront some of my bullies in the past. What I have been told is that कि मैंने तेरे भले के लिए करा because I want you to grow as a person, which is absolutely ridiculous. And my theory is that these people, I think somewhere maybe they want to tell themselves that I'm a good person, and the best way to do it is कि ठीक है मैंने उसको चिल्लाया ना, उसके भले के लिए तो करा.
Give me an example.
So this senior at work who constantly, in not the best way, was criticizing the way I was doing things. Now see, I am still learning. Criticize all you want and tell me where I can, where I'm going wrong and what I can do to be better. But the thing is, I had other seniors around me who were doing the same thing, but वो तरीका करने का होता है, right? It's the way you say things, it's the way you do things. And like I said, a lot of these bullies, they have people around them. So, and this person, they used to, whenever they said something to me, they would immediately look here and there to validation कि मैंने क्या बोला, कैसे बोला. And I noticed this not once, not twice, multiple times. And that is why in my head I was sure that this is bullying, that I'm being bullied. Oh, and it was not taken well at all when I called it out. Obviously, it wasn't. I was told by my other seniors that I should not use this word for my senior.
And
So,
you are the problem then. You are being
yeah.
problematic.
Yep.
You are destroying the environment at work. I mean, didn't you see what's been happening for months? एक तो पता है क्या होता है? If you don't point it out in the beginning, it will keep happening because then they will realize that, oh, this person doesn't really talk back.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you say it, it's been happening for so long that your reaction becomes the problem.
Yep.
But what people don't realize is that by the time you react, you've already been cut by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yep. If I'm talking about the bad ones, let me mention there were some seniors who I still hold in such high regards to this day, where they have helped me the most in terms of growth, because they would tell me where I'm going wrong, but it's the way they would do it. It was never coming from a place of मुझे नीचा दिखाने के लिए. It was always कि no, I think you can be better. नहीं हो रहा है, try again.
No, I think what people don't realize is that you have to praise in public and you have to criticize in private. That is
so
something that people don't realize, especially at work and especially in a family dynamic. Okay, maybe your intention is that you want this person to be better. If that is your intention, ask them to come to your office, take them out for coffee. I've done that with my juniors. Take them out for a coffee, take them out for a meal, and tell them, okay, this is where you are going wrong. This is something that is becoming a challenge at work, and tell me how I can help you.
Right.
How can I be a better mentor? How can I be a better boss so that this can improve? Right? And then when you praise them, you do it in public. People do the opposite.
I think a lot of people are of the belief that unless you don't go through these things, you won't be good at your job. Like, you won't be a good chef till you've at least like cried 10 times
That's
in
so
the
sad.
walk-in by yourself, like stuff like that. I hear this thing all the time around me. Like, so many chefs talk like this ki तुम कितनी बार गए हो ना अकेले रोने, that should tell you how good of a chef you are. I'm like, that is ridiculous.
No disrespect to chefs. I love them. I love you. I love Sabiha. I don't love every chef. But at the end of the day, you're making food
हाँ.
and charging for it.
We're not solving world hunger. ठीक है, हम लोगों को 600 रुपए का खाना खिला रहे हैं, एक डिश खिला रहे हैं.
I mean, calm down.
Yeah. We're not doctors, we're not saving lives. So anyway, I don't
You're
know
actually
this
doing the opposite.
Yeah, I mean,
Making
bad
people-
food could kill you. Literally. So could send you to the doctor. So yeah, it's just food at the end of the day.
I mean, the way doctors are in colleges and in hospitals, we hear a lot of stories how they bully their juniors and how toxic the environment is. So even though they are saving lives, I think that is also not justified, the way they behave.
It's absolutely.
But in advertising and in hospitality, I'm sorry, your profession is not big enough to bully other people.
For the medical field, actually, a quick segue.
Huh.
I have people around me, like kids around me, essentially in their like early 20s, who are in the field pursuing, higher education or aiming for MBBS. So I've actually know quite a few of these kids at all these different stages. Okay, and some of the things I've heard from them, the way they are bullied in college, and for them it's like they can't even go to their parents because the parents are like, बेटा ये तो आप पूरे देश के किसी भी मेडिकल कॉलेज में चले जाओ, it is the exact same everywhere. So it's something you cannot escape at all. And I just think, I don't know, a person, who let's say is hypersensitive to stuff like that, but let's say they could be a great doctor, maybe ends up leaving it because, what, fun fact, a lot of these medical students, when they get into it and when they have to do all of these, like rotations and everything with real doctors, or जब MBBS में घुस जाते हैं, a lot of them also tend to leave in the first year or the first semester.
Yeah.
And bullying is a huge factor a lot of those times. But it's not talked about. I feel engineering colleges में फिर भी चीज़ें कम होगी, but medical colleges में it is
increased.
bad to this day. It is so bad. Because now these bullies have another weapon in their arsenal, which is social media. And the social media is such a great tool for them to, कि मैं तेरा ये video upload कर दूंगा, ये कर दूंगा, because you're living with these people in hostel. And yeah, I honestly think with social media it's gotten worse, the bullying.
And I feel so scared for my nieces and nephews who are teenagers now, or maybe who are just 10, 11 years old and will be getting into social media eventually. I feel really scared for them. I mean, the environment and the kind of comments that we see. Anonymity has brought out the bullies in people who were not even bullies earlier.
Yep.
Everyone is a bully now on social media. I mean, come on, can't we have a kind space? Is that too much to ask for?
So, ठीक है, speaking of compassion and things you learn from these bullies, do you think you have ever bullied someone, even if it wasn't your intention to?
Except you.
Yes, except me.
I mean, you're still sitting here, so you
I know.
you
this
clear-
worked. This worked. This is fine. I know the intention is good. So
you
this
clearly
works.
don't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I have tried to make somebody's life worse just because I was having fun.
On purpose, yeah.
Yeah, on purpose. But I'm sure a lot of people will say that I bullied them, because I did used to get this a lot, that, oh, before we got to know you, I thought you had a lot of attitude. I thought you had ghamand. Ghamand is something that has been said about me quite a lot. So I'm sure they thought I was bullying them. Maybe I was emulating my bullies. That is something that a teenager will tend to do. That is something.
Like subconsciously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I was, but I don't think any of them will say I was a bully. Maybe I've been called intimidating quite a bit.
Yeah, but वो अलग tangent, like वो अलग ही चीज हो गई.
Yeah, even now, recently I got it that I'm intimidated by you, but
A dude?
no, a woman also. Dudes though always say it.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You and me, when we, I mean, first there's a thing of resting face. So, I think your resting face is, like this, which can seem off as ye gusse mein hai kya, or like if somebody doesn't know you. But then when you start talking, and then you are this confident person, very sure, and you will straight up say how you feel, right? Even if it goes, because people also tend to be very agreeable and
Yeah.
people pleaser wala thing, right? So, but you are not that, because even when you're meeting someone new and you disagree with them, you will tell them that you disagree with them, and that is not so common. So I can see how that could be intimidating for someone. How I see it is that you being yourself, and it's great. I love confident people. I love confident women, actually.
Yeah, true,
A
true.
lot. I feel I'm lucky to be surrounded by a lot of confident women.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's the confidence is key, because I have actually also gotten the same thing. The attitude thing. But it's just फिर जब मैं मुंह खोलती हूँ, then I'll like make a stupid joke or something. So then like हाँ ठीक है. Then it's like all good. But before people get to know me and just like buy my face, and and I'll be like, yeah, doing my thing. Oh, I've been told कि oh हमें लगा तुझ में बहुत attitude है, but that lasted for like 24 hours.
Have you ever been a bully?
So the only incident in my life that I can think of where I think I was a textbook bully was in school. And again, my memory on this is very hazy. It's just, I think I still remember it because I've thought about this quite a few times since that time as I grew up, and that's why this memory is still there. But yeah, I don't know how much, I mean, I know the bullying thing happened, but the details around it, I don't know, because memories apparently can't be trusted completely. But yeah, this was when I was in either 3rd or 4th grade, I'm not sure, but I think these years only. And मैं school तब बस से जाती थी. I had a specific seat with my bus wali friend, which was always like at the back of the bus. So this, the one long seat. तो उस पे हम बैठते थे. And yeah, I go there, and this other girl was sitting there. She was a junior. So I saw she was a junior. I could make her move if I wanted to, and that's exactly what I did. I made her move. Me and my bus friend, who I don't even remember who that was, by the way, but I just remember two of us just being like, नहीं उठ यहाँ से, हमारी जगह उठ यहाँ से, तेरे को बोला ना उठ यहाँ से. So I did that, made her move, and I was asked to apologize to that person. Again, my memory is hazy, but I'm pretty sure it was by the mother of that kid, because वो रो के गई थी, और stop पे मम्मियाँ usually छोड़ने आती थी. So I was told कि इसको sorry बोलो, and I didn't want to, but I said it because I had to. And when looking back at it, I was like, yeah, that was bullying. I did bully this little girl for no reason.
How often did you do it? This was once, right?
Once. Yeah.
You're not a bully.
But this incident was like, who knows, maybe this girl now when she thinks about it, she's like, oh, I was bullied in school by, this one senior, जिसने मुझे बैठने भी नहीं दिया था.
Imagine that she has a podcast and she's
That
talking.
contact me after all these years. Reach out to me.
And she's talking about you. And they're also doing an episode on bullies. And she's talking about you. I had a bully in school.
Yeah.
No, you're not a bully. And the fact that right now you brought it up and you feel bad about it, that shows that you're not a bully. You're just a good person.
Who bullied once?
Yeah. So while you were talking about you bullying this person, you were not bullying. You were just asking for what you wanted.
Oh, thank you. These are the kind of friends you want in your life. I could just be like, Neha, I.
See, here's the thing.
Like, did he irritate you?
Here's the thing.
Chaku.
I can bully my friends as much as I want, but nobody
Nobody
else.
can bully.
Nobody else.
I think that same logic applies to siblings also. Like, I can say anything about my brother, but I will come for you if you dare say something about him.
Exactly. I can take it when you do it to me, but if
Yeah.
you do it to my brother, you've had it.
Yeah. Or chota bhai, yaar, you have this sense of protectiveness. I want to, even though mere aur mere bhai ke case mein the difference is not that much, but still, like,
Yeah.
I'm protective for him.
Yeah,
Even to this day, he's
protectiveness is
married
the-
now, but I'm still protective for him.
Of course. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you always will be because that's a kid for you. Like,
Yeah.
I feel the same way for my brother.
Yeah, like your baby brother.
Yeah. So that clearly shows that everyone has a tendency to bully other people. But when it is not justified, when that person has done nothing to you, when that
Yeah.
person is innocent, please don't do it. If you are listening and if you have been bullied in the past, or if you're still getting bullied, because bullying has no age. You can get bullied by the buddhas in your colony. You can get bullied by your grandparents. You can get bullied by your spouse, their family, your own family. So at work, which
By
is
your kids.
by your kids. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so true.
I see that.
That's why I don't want them. So
Yeah, no, but also maybe it's a cycle like bad parenting, kids who bully, and then they grow up and bully their own parents.
yeah.
So it's a vicious cycle.
So if that is happening to you, please understand these people don't really like themselves and that's why they're taking it out on you. Get help. Ask them to get help if it is possible. Because I also asked my dad, like, is there a way bullies actually change? And he said therapy is the only way that somebody can change. And unfortunately, bullies don't really walk themselves into a therapist's office and say that, help me. Right?
Narcissism, they'll never think
They're
there's anything
victims.
ever wrong with them. Yeah.
Their victims will walk in here and say that, you know, I am being bullied by my husband, by my mother-in-law, by my boss. In fact, the people who are bullying should be here. It has to be
that
opposite.
never happened.
Cases where, not taking anybody's names, he has never taken names, but he has told me about cases where the woman will come because she's a victim of bullying and abuse by her husband, and the husband refuses to come and refuses to give her divorce as well. So she's just stuck. So she's just working on her self-esteem now because that's her only option now.
That's sad. Oh my god. Having to live your whole life
With your bully.
like sleeping in one bed with a person like that. Oh my god.
Can
I
you
can't- I
imagine?
can't
There are
imagine.
people who are sleeping in the same bed as their worst bullies.
Yeah.
Oh God. If you're in that situation, we are with you. We understand. And get yourself to therapy because that person will never do
Get
that.
help, yeah, in whatever capacity, whoever, if you can trust, because unfortunately a lot of these people can't even afford therapy.
Yeah. Or
You
give it
know
back,
that-
man. Like, stop taking it.
Yeah, this is what I tell to people, like all the जो भी दीदियाँ घर पे आती हैं ना, and they always talk about how these their husbands bully them. मैं always say कि एक दिन आप इतने हट्टे कट्टे हो, आप भी उसको चांटा मार दो एक दिन. Like, let just give it back to him, you know, in any
Yeah, and
way
give
you
it back.
can.
And if it is happening to you on social media, block them. Protect your sanity. Give it back first. Reply to their comment and then just block them. Protect yourself, protect your sanity. You don't need that energy around you.
Yeah.